Ravens flock, the flock rundown is the place to be. My man Ryan has been a lifelong Ravens fan since he was born. So I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. The podcast, the flock rundown. Ravens, baby. Nothing gets better than waking up and wondering how high we can fly. Tune in.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.
Appreciate you, Ray. What's up, Ravens fans? My name is Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of the Flock Rundown. We got a lot to talk about today. There's been a lot of news, a lot of training camp updates, a lot of Lamar Jackson and OBJ superstardom. Let's get into it. So Lamar Jackson was offered to be on the Netflix Quarterback series for Season 2. That's directed by Peyton Manning and Netflix, and he denied. He said he wanted to just focus on football. I respect that decision. A lot of quarterbacks have been denying. I've been seeing a lot of reports of different quarterbacks that were offered Season 1 and now Season 2 that are saying no, just because they follow you into your personal life a lot too. You know, not only is there pressure on the field having cameras always there, but now they're at your house as well. And Lamar's one of the most private athletes I've ever seen, to be honest with you. You don't know anything that's going on. He doesn't have an agent. He doesn't leak things to the media. If he doesn't tweet about it or post it on like an Instagram story or something, you usually don't know. So I'm not surprised that he doesn't want to do this Netflix series. He's just focused on football, and to be honest, I like it that way. Let's focus on the season. Let's get a couple Super Bowls in Baltimore. But Lamar on the field during training camp looks incredible. I feel like he's throwing the ball better than he ever has been. And we say that every year, and I'm not just being a biased fan either. He is improving his arm year in and year out. That just shows his commitment to the game, his work ethic and discipline, and just how much of a competitor he is, how much he wants to win. And his connection with OBJ looks strong already. I'm not surprised. His two really, really talented players. Lamar can throw better than a lot of people think, and OBJ looks like OBJ. I'm not saying he didn't lose a couple percentage of speed or athleticism, but he looks healthy, and he looks strong out there. He looks like the best player on the field. Now, Bateman and Zay Flowers aren't out there yet. Bateman's on the PUP. Zay Flowers has missed the last 2 practices, 1 training camp practice and then the stadium practice due to an illness. But John Harbaugh said that he would be back Monday, so no worries there. Get better soon, Zay. And Bateman should be eased back in. He's still on the PUP, but this is all part of his recovery process. I can't wait to see them out there. But Odell looks like Odell, and that's an incredible sign for this team and for him. And I think if he can stay healthy, he's going to really, really contribute to this team and help out Lamar a ton. Lamar has not had weapons like this ever in his career, not at Louisville and not on the Ravens. You can sense the different energy in the stadium and at training camp practices by having Lamar signed now. He's always brought an aura with him, but I'm just saying now that he's locked up, he seems happier than ever. And then Odell is just a straight-up superstar. Lamar and Odell are superstars, like on and off the field. And you could feel that energy, that excitement from everybody that sees them. They walk out of the tunnel in the stadium for stadium practice, and everybody's going crazy. And then you see them on a private jet right after the stadium practice. It was Odell, Prochet, Duvernay, Tyler Huntley, and Lamar. And they hit the Drake show in D.C. Lamar's hanging out with Lil Yachty and Drake right on stage. Drake then brings Lamar out, gives him a shout out in front of the whole crowd.
This is my quarterback right here, Lamar Jackson from the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, that way.
It's pretty sick, man. It really is. Like, and this is what I'm saying. These are straight superstars. These are celebs on top of football. But don't get it wrong. They are also incredible, incredible athletes. And that's what gives them that credibility to be that famous off the field, right? Is that they just ball on the field. Everyone that watches them is in awe. They're entertaining. They're exciting to watch. And I'm just praying for a healthy season. If everyone stays healthy, it's going to be a show. And Odell looks better than I even expected. Don't get me wrong. I was super excited when we signed him. Really, really excited. It was one of the best signings we've had in a long time. But there's this piece in my mind that's like, what's he look like, though? He didn't play football at all last season. And then the year before that, he was battling a knee injury pretty much the whole season until he tore it in the Super Bowl. but then you skip a whole season. You just don't know what player you're getting. But he's clearly put the work in. He's clearly committed and is embracing Baltimore, is embracing this team, this offense. He's been involved throughout the offseason, privately working out with Lamar and Zay down in Florida. Odell is invested, and I just got to believe that that's going to lead to incredible things on the field this season. Lamar also said some really interesting things after the practice. I'll just roll the clip.
I love the city, man. I didn't want to go nowhere else, you know. I'm glad we got the situation worked out. I just love playing in this atmosphere, man. Ever since I've been watching, you know, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, those guys since I was a kid, I want to have my name hung up there in the Raptors, have my jersey hung up there in the Raptors, retire Hall of Fame, a Super Bowl winner here. I just love it. I love everything about it.
You could tell he truly loves Baltimore. All this offseason stuff was just contract related. It was just business. He always wanted to be here. He said he wants his jersey up in the rafters. He's going to be in the Ring of Honor. He wants to bring Super Bowls to Baltimore and be a Hall of Famer. And I think that that's all right in front of him. He has the opportunity to get all of those things. You win a couple Super Bowls with his resume already, with his unanimous MVP, he's in the Hall of Fame. I think he is going to be a Hall of Famer already for sure, but I'm just saying the Super Bowls would lock that in. And then bringing back Super Bowls to Baltimore, you bring a couple Super Bowls to Baltimore, bro, like you're getting a statue outside. You're going to be out there with Unitas and Ray, I promise. He's just got to stay healthy, and we got to win some Super Bowls. That's the only thing that's on his mind. If we could have a string of healthy seasons here, for the most part, obviously it's football. Everyone gets banged up. Everyone gets hurt. But we've been losing Lamar for the season the last 2 years. Like, that's what I'm talking about can't happen. We can't have Lamar in week 12 out for the year again. By healthy, I just mean finish the season and be available for the playoffs. If we can have the majority of our roster available for the playoffs, we have just as good of a shot as anyone to win the Super Bowl this year and the next few years. We got some good news from Harbaugh on the injury front that Pepe Williams should be the first guy back off PUP. So that should be coming maybe this week or next week. So that's going to be good to get some cornerback health. He shined a little bit last year, so I was more excited to see him more than anybody. But there have been good reports from Jalen Armour-Davis so far. Hopefully Pepe gets back out there and picks up where he left off or even takes a leap. And then Trayvon Mullen was released this week, but now is re-signed. He had an injury that I guess he didn't disclose to the team, a non-football injury, so he got released for that and then re-signed just because the team likes him so much. And now he's placed on the non-football injury list. So I'm not sure when he'll be back, but the fact that we re-signed him after we dropped him tells me that we do want him and we do believe in his talent. He's also Lamar Jackson's cousin. So I am excited to see what Jalen Armour-Davis, Pepe Williams, Trayvon Mullen, Worley, I am excited to see what they bring, but I'm still a little concerned about the cornerback situation. Just if one of the top guys go down, if Marlon or Rock Ya-Sin have any injury problems, we're in trouble. I don't really trust these other guys yet to step up and play important, meaningful minutes. Caillou Blue-Kelly's another guy that I haven't mentioned, but usually the rookies aren't thrusted into a prominent role unless there's an issue. So hopefully, unless he earns it, we don't see him a ton. Because I'd like Jalen Armour-Davis and Pepe Williams to work out. We invested draft capital in those guys last year, and they would be our depth. They would be our cornerback 3, 4, maybe 5. But we need them to show up and perform. If they're not playing well, we don't have a lot of other guys. So I would still love for the team to sign a corner. I think they will bring in another corner, and not Arthur Mollett, the Steelers corner that we just signed. Someone better than that. I think he's pure special teamer. We could make a trade still. I just think that at some point we're going to have to bring in another corner. I do like what I'm seeing from Rock Ya-Sin, and I like his experience too. He's got a ton of starter experience, and at the stadium practice he had a bunch of pass breakups. So I think Rock Ya-Sin is going to be fun, and I think our starters with Marlon and Rock Ya-Sin can be good enough right now. But, man, any injuries at all, and we're in deep trouble. And you don't want to just get the ball thrown all over you every week, because then the offense has to match it point for point, and it's just very difficult to do. So I believe in our defense and what we have right now, especially with the safeties. Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton are going to be able to keep things at bay, even if a corner slips up a little bit here and there. So we're okay right now, but I'm just scared about any type of injury at all. We can't really afford any injury. I would say cornerback is like our scariest position, or edge, but I think there's a lot of edge names still available. And we have a lot of options to bring some guys in, and I'm sure we are going to bring some guys in like Justin Houston, Kyle Van Noy, Jadeveon Clowney, whoever it may be. I would say Kyle Van Noy and Justin Houston are leading that list right now for us. Last thing before we get out of here, it seems like Saleh, the rookie left guard, the 6th-round pick rookie left guard from Oregon, is getting first-team reps still, even at the stadium practice, and that's great look for him. I'm surprised, obviously, what 6th-round rookie lineman comes in and starts. And I'm not saying he's going to start either, because there's a huge thing here that people aren't talking about as much, is that the pads aren't on. The pads are not on. They should be coming on this week. But the first week of training camp, they play no pads. They're just in little shells or in shorts and a helmet. So the pads will come on this week, and that's where the trenches are shown. That's where you get to see on the offensive line and defensive line who's the real deal, who's winning that job. So the fact that Saleh is leading that job right now, I'd say he's getting most of the first-team reps, is a great sign for his future. I think that a 6th-round rookie to come in and be winning the coaches over like that is incredible for him and a great sign for his future. I think it's a bad look for Ben Cleveland, who year after year after year is getting chances to win this left guard job. I mean, left guard it's wide open, and it just seems like he's never in there, and he's a mammoth of a human being. He still has opportunity to show out. When we picked him, I was so excited about it, and we're a couple years in now, and it's just like this guy can't win the job. And if a rookie 6th-round pick is beating you right now, that's just another bad sign that you don't have what it takes to be a starting left guard on this team or in this league. So hopefully he steps up. Hopefully someone steps up, especially when the pads get on. I think we'll have a bigger idea. I still don't even predict that Saleh is going to win this job. I'd be shocked. But I think it's a great sign that he's getting the first-team reps this early. That's a great sign for him and his future. And he probably can be a starting guard for us in the near future. The left guard battle is one of the most interesting battles in training camp and on the team just because it's wide open. We don't know who's going to win it. So when those pads come on, it'll be really interesting to see how they hold up. There was a few stadium practice plays where Travis Jones and Matabuke were busting through the line, and they don't have pads on. So, like, imagine when pads get on, you're really going to be able to see who can block, who can't, and what's going on there. So week 2 of training camp is upon us. We'll see Zay Flowers return. Hopefully Pepe Williams comes off PUP. We'll get to see the pads come on, so a lot to look forward to, a lot more highlights will be thrown our way, and I can't wait. Can't wait for the preseason, August 12th against the Eagles. But I appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of the Flock Rundown. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim there where the sense can't tame the untamed.